Boy, what's packing party people? It's your host, Godchild, first of his name. This is the What's Packing Sports Show Extravaganza. And today we're going to be unpacking the 5 things that we learned watching the Green Bay Packers versus the Buffalo Bills. They lost 19-0, but that doesn't mean we still didn't learn something. All right, but before I get into the topic, man, I want to talk about you guys real quick because I appreciate you guys and I love you so much for all of your comments and all of your input and just, all of your engagement. But to those who watch but have not yet, hit the notification bell and that subscription button. But most importantly, man, hit that thumbs up and leave me a comment below in the chat because I love to hear what you guys think about the topic. Now, like I said, let's get ready to unpack this. Green Bay played Buffalo over the weekend, and the most important thing I was looking at was Jordan Love. Obviously, for me, that's really all I care about. How does Jordan Love look developing in his second year? But it's really like his red shirt rookie year, if you ask me. And honestly, I think the dude looked good. So we're going to start off right there, as we always do. The first thing we talk about is who stood out, and Jordan Love stood out to me. Now, he didn't play perfect. He had 2 turnovers, and the first turnover, I thought he was just kind of throwing the ball up, trying to make a play, and I understand that. He has a lot of tape of him doing that at Utah State, and that was one of the concerns about Jordan Love coming out is like, can he cut down the mistakes and the bad decision making and the throws that he shouldn't be making into triple coverage and all that kind of stuff, man. He had one in his first game that everybody was talking about was a bad throw, but the coach applauded him, saying that he needs to keep having confidence in himself and ripping it in there. And I saw a lot of that from Jordan Love. I mean, he had one play. It was a 2nd and 14, I believe, on a free play in the second quarter. And, I mean, he fit a beautiful ball up the right sideline into Malik Taylor, I think it was. It was one of those hole shots Aaron Rodgers talks about. We got to get it up over the safety. Over the quarterback, but in front of the safety. And I just think Jordan Love has all the tools. He can learn to stop taking so much risk. And one thing I did also like about what I saw from Jordan Love in the Buffalo game is he was using his legs more. I still think there was times in the red zone where they were doing a read option or some sort of mesh kind of play, and he could have kept it a couple of times, and I think he would have had the edge and he could have scored. So I want to see more of that from Jordan Love, but I like what I see, and I think the Green Bay Packers have a keeper. The next standout I was going to say on defense was, both Tadaro Slayton and Heflin. I think his name is, right? Heflin? I think that's his name, man. And I'm sorry if I got his name wrong, but you guys know what I'm talking about. The new number 90 in the middle with Slayton. And the fact that both of these guys have been able to get consistent pressure. It wasn't consistent pressure, but they were able to get pressure consistently throughout the preseason, I should say. The two of them, and they were getting pushed. And they were kind of anchoring at the point. And I think that they are going to be a great addition next to Kenny Clark and Kiki and the starters on defense. Now, what was my biggest takeaway? I just say honestly that the Bills are really fucking good, and I know they were going up against the second string for the Packers, and that's not always the best, litmus test. But let me tell you what, man. Let me hit my light on real quick. Let me tell you what. They dominated their first team dominated our second string as they should have, and I think that the Bills are going to be some serious contenders in the AFC this year. The other thing that I really took away from this game is that, I think the Packers defense looked improved, if that makes any sense. I like what Barry's doing. I think the second and third stringers are just not really that good, and Green Bay needs to continue to build their depth. But I think when the starters are in there, it's going to look a lot different, and the running game looked pretty good too. So I think Green Bay is going to be all right. It's just a preseason game. So, I don't really have that many takeaways except for, like I said, Jordan Love and the Bills. Jordan Love looks legit, and I think his development is come along well, and the Bills look like they're going to be a serious team. When was the turning point? It's hard to say. It was a preseason game, so it wasn't really the same amount of drama, you could say. because you also don't have the same level of competition playing against each other. But I mean, after the Bills scored the second time, I think Jordan Love had a drive that ended in a missed field goal, and that was kind of a letdown by Crosby because it was a very close. It was like inside the 30, and I feel like he hasn't missed many of those in his career even. And but luckily it's the preseason. But other than that, you know, I mean, Jordan Love was moving the ball. You know, they had some I think some bad play calls on 4th and 1 a couple of times, once on goal line and once like kind of midfield, and then there was just some poor execution. And you know, I think him just still working the kinks out and just, you know, growing and learning and just having experience and you know, experiencing. So, you know, but I think the turning point was just when they didn't score the second time after the Bills scored twice, and it kind of just put things out of reach, I guess, you know, because the third unit, the Ben Kurt unit really just was kind of outmatched, honestly. And the last thing is why ultimately the Packers lost this game. I mean, because the Bills came out with their starting unit, and they were even actually missing Stephon Diggs, but between the other guys on offense, the offensive line, between Josh Allen and just their defense, their starters on defense, I mean, they just kind of dominated Green Bay, and the Packers just couldn't make enough plays in the red zone. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, simps and pimps, grannies, and I'm not going to say that last one. But anyways, everybody, there you have it. Let me know what you think about the Packers. 5 things for this week against the Buffalo Bills. Who was your standout player? What do you think was the turning point? Where would you grade this performance? I didn't do the grade. I forgot to do the grade. Where would you grade the performance? I give it a 4.9. You know, it's preseason. They didn't score any fucking points. They did get some sacks. Like I said, they were up the middle, and there were some other guys that made some plays, Black and Scott and shit like that. So, I mean, I think they'll have some good guys for special teams, which is looking improved a little bit, you know. And Mason Crosby, that was another thing that stood out to me, or like, you know, was a takeaway. It's like Mason Crosby was doing punts. Like, when did that happen? Was that just a thing for this week, or is he going to be doing punts from now on? I mean, that was interesting. I don't know. I didn't read any stories about, you know, the punter being absent or some shit, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Once again, I'm asking you to hit the like button and subscribe and hit the notification bells, man. Watch my videos all the way through. If you do, I will love you eternally. You can also check me out on Twitch at twitch.tv/GodChildTV. That's GDCHYLDTV. I'm on Twitter. I'm on IG, man. Holla at your boy. Until the next show, go Pack, go. And remember, the Bears still suck.